Hello, everyone, and welcome to Crafting with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda, and thank you so much for joining me today. In today's tutorial, we are revisiting a tutorial that I've done maybe over a year ago. I am demonstrating how to make engraved acrylic keychains, and I'm going to take you step by step through the full process. At the end of this video, if you find it helpful, please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Now, without further ado, let's look at the materials and then get the files and dive right in to Cricut Design Space. The materials I'm using for this tutorial include my Cricut Maker, painter's tape, 2mm acrylic keychain blanks. I'll use the engraving tool, which is number 41. I'll use the Cricut brayer, and I'll use gold keychain hardware with lobster claw clasp and the colorful tassels. You can also use silver hardware. It's just a matter of personal preference. Now let's head over to the computer so that I can show you the files that I downloaded from the Creative Fabrica website, and then we will go right into Cricut Design Space. The first thing I'm going to do is go to the Creative Fabrica website and download 3 files. The first file I'm downloading is this one that's called Hatchfill SVG. I'll click download. It will come up here to the right corner of my computer and I'll get it downloaded. The next file is this one right here in my Crafting Era. I'm going to download this one. And the last one is this one right here in My Swiftie Era. I'll get all 3 of these downloaded and extracted. I'll save them somewhere that I'll know where to get back to them. I do have a Creative Fabrica files folder. Let me show you what my download process looks like. I'll click on download. I'll double click in the file. I will click right here on extract all, and then I'll click browse, and then I will go to my documents folder, and I'll come right here to my Creative Fabrica files, new folder, and I'll just call this in My Swiftie Era. I'll click select folder, click it again, and I'll click extract. That way, when the file is downloaded, it's extracted into a specific folder, and if I ever need to get back to it again, I know exactly where it came from and the name. Okay, so I'll do that for all 3, and then I'll go right in to Cricut Design Space. I am in Cricut Design Space, and I'll click on New Project, Blank Canvas. I'll close out this option to look at other images, and I'll get started with preparing the canvas to engrave the acrylics. The first thing I'll do is click right here on Shapes, and I'll click on the circle. With this circle, you want your circle to be the same size as the blanks you're using. So in my case, the circles, the acrylic keychain blanks that I'm using are 2 inches in width. So I'll just keep this on 2. Right now it's on 2 by 2, and the proportions are locked. What I'm also going to do is change this circle from a basic cut to a pen, but I don't just want it to be on a regular pen. I kind of want the circle to be thick. So I'm going to click right here, right next to operation, and I'm going to select the marker 2.5mm black. Okay. All right, the next thing I'll do is I'll click on upload, and I'll start to upload the images that I'm planning to use. So the first thing I'll upload is the hatch fill pattern. I'll add it to the canvas, and I know it doesn't look like anything, but it's actually a collection of lines, and I will just move it to the side for now. So if you're following along, you'll see I have a circle that is really thick, and I also have the hatch lines pattern. The next thing I'll do is click upload, and I'll upload the first file that I'm planning to use, which is the In My Swiftie Era. And I'll kind of bring it down just a little bit. I can see it's set to basic cut. All right, I'll bring it down a little bit more. All right, the next thing I'll do is bring in the next file. I'll click on upload, and I'll go to the image where I have it saved in my Crafting Era. Okay, click continue and upload. All right, so I can close this out. I can see there are other options here in Cricut Design Space. I don't want to use any of those. I want to use these. All right, the next thing I'll do is kind of just bring the size of it down. It's not a specific size it needs to come down to. Now, what I'll do with the In My Swiftie Era is change it from basic cut. I'll click right here on combine and I will weld it. And I'll do the same thing with in my crafting era is already, it looks like it's already welded, so I don't really need to do anything to it. All right, so what I'll do first is bring the file In My Swiftie Era. I'll bring it over here. Just, it doesn't matter if it's on the top or the bottom of the hatch fill. And I'll select both the hatch and the file that I've welded, and I will click slice. Okay, and then when it's finished with the slice, I will select the one that I think is the darkest. All right, so there are two files here, and really it doesn't matter. They pretty much look exactly the same. What I'll do is bring the size of this down so that it fits nicely inside the circle. Okay, let's kind of bring the view up so we can see it a little bit better. All right, let's bring it down a little more. And we want it to be just right there in the center. I will select both the sliced result and the circle. And what I want to do is click align, and I want to center it horizontally. And then I want to, let me click the circle really quickly. And I want to duplicate it because I do need two circles since I'm making two keychains. All right, now I'll select both and I will attach. So one part of my design is going to be pin and the other part is going to be, let's change this slice result. Instead of having it on basic cut, I need to make sure it's on engrave. Okay, let's do that again. So here's my next image. Here's the file in my crafting era. Let's bring the view back down. And I can delete this and I can delete this. All right, so here we go. Here's my file. I'm putting it right here on top of the fill. I'll select both and I will slice. Okay, and once the slice is finished, just let it finish. I can move this out of the way. I can just turn this off and finish with it. I can select one of these. I can delete this. I can delete this. All right, I'm going to bring this down so that it fits nicely inside the circle. Let's bring it down. Oh, that looks really thick. Okay, and we want to make sure to center it. Let's just click center, and that looks really good. All right, and so for my slice result right here, I want to make sure it is on engrave, and I'll select both, and I will click attach. So now I have two files that will be engraved. Now I know you're wondering, why do I need the pen? But the pen is kind of like a hack. I'm actually not going to use a pen. This is just to help me with the placement on the mat. Okay, so I will click make. And do I want to save this? I'll say yes. Okay, so these big circles actually help me with knowing exactly where to put the keychain blank. So I'll put one right here and I'll put one right here. Okay, and what I want to do now is go ahead and mirror these. So I'm going to make sure my mat is mirrored. I'll click on mirror like that. And I want to select a different material. I am going to select tooling leather, 6 to 7 ounces. Okay, I'll click done. And right here it says base material set to tooling leather, move star wheels all the way to the right. My star wheels are already moved to the right. I am going to keep it on the default pressure. It's asking me to load the pen in clamp A, which I'm really not. Remember, that's kind of just to help me with knowing where to place the blanks. And I'll show you all of this because everything I'll do from here will be back on the camera. Now, if you purchase the same blanks that I have linked below, you'll notice that there is a clear plastic sheet on top. Just take it off the front, or just take it off one side. So now that I have that removed, I'm going to place the circle, making sure that the hole is at the top where the keychain hardware will go, and I'll place it where it's supposed to go according to my prepare screen in Cricut Design Space. So I'm placing it down so the backing, the plastic backing is on the mat, and the side that doesn't have the plastic on it is what's face up. I'm going to tape it down using painter's tape. I'm taping it on all four sides, kind of close to the edge, but also making sure it's securing the blank to the mat. So this is how my mat looks, and I'm going to place my mat inside my Cricut. Now there's nothing in clamp A. In clamp B, I'm going to actually put the engraving blank, the engraving tool, which is number 41. Just like that. My star wheels are moved all the way over to the right. So I press start. I want you to see that the first thing that's going to happen is that my Cricut is going to go around as if it's drawing the circle. There's no circle. There's nothing. And now it's going to start the engraving. So I'm going to a voiceover because someone is cutting their grass and I have my laser engraving going right now. I'm cleaning this up, but let's go to an overhead view so that I can show you how to put the keychains together and finish this whole process. Okay, we have reached the end of the tutorial, and I've removed the keychain blanks from the mat. I've even taken the clear plastic from one side, but I'm going to show you how to put them together if you're gonna follow this process. So with this one, once I removed it from the backing, what I did was I used my lint roller and kind of just went over it just to get some of that dust off of it. And then I removed the plastic. So I'm gonna remove the plastic. I'm just using a weeding tool. You can see it a lot clearer now. And now I'm going to put the keychains together. So this, this will be a matter of personal preference, what color little tassel, or even if you use tassels. I like the tassels and the lobster claw clasp. So that's what I'm going to use. So first you're gonna get this little piece right here. I think it's called a jump ring. I might be calling it the wrong thing, but that's not a surprise. Okay, I'm gonna stick this through here. Then we'll stick this and then close it up. And then put this on. Like that. And then decide on the tassel. So for this one, let's go with this tassel. Okay, so that goes like that. Or if you don't like the tassel on here, you can actually just put it on the lobster claw, but then you run the risk of losing it because, of course, it's easier to fall off when the clasp is open. So let's do it again. So hopefully you did find this tutorial helpful, and I would love to see your keychains, especially if you are in my Facebook group. Post yours and let everyone see them, and kind of let us know what era you're in. You do need the Cricut Maker. I don't suggest doing this with the Cricut Explorer Era unless you have a Cricut Explorer Era and it is already out of the warranty. I do have a tutorial where I demonstrated how to do this with a Cricut Explore Air 2. So if you did find this helpful, please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye.